All right. Now, this guy is not poor. He is wealthy, and he is not retiring. He's Charles Barkley, Hall of Famer, TNT Inside the NBA analyst. All right. Let's get to it. How did we come up with this decision? We're not retiring, and we're staying at TNT after this NBA season.
TNT, I told you they had to come meet with me. They flew to Philly last week, and I said, "What's the deal?" And they said, "Hey, we're gonna keep doing the show." And I'm like, "What?" And they're like, "We're gonna keep doing the show."
What does that mean?
That's what I said. That's what I said, Dan.
Okay.
So I said, "Hey, y'all know my number one priority is to keep people working at Turner. That's always been my number one priority." And Dan, they said they're gonna keep doing the show. And I said, I'll take a pay cut. I said, I'll take a pay cut. They said, that's not necessary. And they said, we're going to continue doing the show. I don't have any idea what that means.
Wait, you had to ask them when they said that what do you mean after this season, we're going to continue to do the show? And they said what?
I think they're going to try to figure it out. Because we won't have the NBA. So I think they're going to try to figure it out. But my number one concern, Dan, has always been the people at Turner. So even if we do something, a lot of people at Turner going to keep their job. Like I say, Dan, I have zero idea what we're going to do.
Is this going to be a sports show, a nightly sports show with you guys that you don't have the NBA, but are you creating your own Sports Center type show?
Well, first of all, I don't think we're going to do it every night. No, Dave, we're not going to work every night. That's not going to happen.
Okay.
But I truly believe they want to keep people employed at Turner, which was my number one priority. And I think we're going to have to try to figure it out as we go. Like I say, they couldn't give me any concrete plans because they don't have any concrete plans.
Could you have gotten out of your contract, though? Because you talked about they have to let you out of your contract. Did you try to get out of your contract to go and talk? I know you talked to the other networks that are going to carry the NBA.
I asked them, do they want me to take a pay cut? Because once they told me we were going to keep people employed at Turner, I was good to go. But then that's been my only concern.
Okay.
Like when I said I was going to retire, that's because I didn't want to go work for another network. Everybody was out there talking about Charles said this for this for this. The only reason I said I was going to retire is because I didn't want to go through the hassle of breaking in another crew and go into another network. And when they flew up last week, I was totally shocked when they said, no, we're going to keep the show going. And I'm like, well, what are we going to do? They're like, we'll figure it out in a year and a half.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. But like I say, hey, once I could keep people employed at Turner, because Dan, I got to tell you something. I've heard some of the most horrific stories the last 6 months from people I work with. Because, they're telling me, and you know what? And my heart was really hurting because, and I'm not trying to be all this and whatever. The fact, like, people telling you, like, yo, man, I'm married, I got kids, I got a mortgage, and I'm going to get fired. I've never been in that situation before. But to hear about it from some of my closest friends at Turner, once they said those people are going to keep their jobs, I'm like, whatever y'all decide to do, hey, hey, listen, I don't know anything about tennis, but I know we just got the French Open. So like, hey, I don't need Paris. Welcome to Paris, my friends. Like,
are you going to be like Snoop Dogg for TNT?
No, I wouldn't I don't want to be on TV that much. Listen, the good thing about it, if they get crazy going forward, I don't have to stay. And Dan, I'll be honest with you, my biggest thing right now, what I've been thinking about, like, I love TNT. I love everybody behind the scenes. The reason I'm staying at TNT so people can keep their jobs. But that does not mean I'm gonna stay there forever. I can promise you that. That's not gonna happen. I'm just happy that I was able to. I'm just happy a lot of people are turning gonna keep their job. That's my number one priority.
Charles Barkley, Hall of Famer, not retiring, staying at TNT. Today's the anniversary. It was on this date, 1992, that the Dream Team beat Croatia 117 to 85. What do you remember about that day, that night?
I've said before, the Olympics are the greatest sporting event in the world by far. I've been to a lot of great stuff, but there's nothing like the Olympics. You've seen some of the great stories. Man, some of the stories are amazing. The girl from St. Lucia who beat Shikari, first medal ever for that country. My man who ran down the two favorites in the 400 yesterday. Or was it 400 or the 800? It might have been the 800.
400 with Quincy.
Yes, that was incredible.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, because they were all focused on the two guys who were supposed to win, but his kick down the stretch was incredible.
Yeah.
Dan, you got to hook me up with Katie Ledecky, man. I got to meet that girl at some point. She's a flat out monster beast. I got to meet her.
Okay. So how much of a head start could she give you? If I said you're going to swim up and back, if she gave you 50-meter head start.
I need more than that.
Well, how much you're going to need?
Which race? The one that she's the best at? That would she be winning by?
No. That she would win by a day over you. I'm talking about you'd be finishing the next day. So I'm just saying one lap up and back. Would you get in the pool against Katie Ledecky and swim 50 meters? She swims 100.
Man, I'd have to take my shirt off in public. Nobody wants to see that.
You look pretty good.
I'm not. Hey, listen, man. I'm not good enough to take my shirt off in public right now. I'm getting there, but I'm not taking my shirt off in public.
Okay.
Under any circumstances.
Now take me back to when you won the gold medal with the Dream Team. What do you remember about? How did you guys celebrate winning?
We celebrated with champagne, but Dan, I will tell you something. When they played the national anthem. Man, and I'm with Michael, Magic, Scotty, and Magic and Larry and those guys. And so not a lot excite those guys. But man, when they're playing the national anthem, Dan, it is one of the most surreal things that I've ever experienced. I mean, when they're playing that national anthem and you standing there, man, it's a really great feeling. I understand why Scotty Scheffler was all emotional because I hate to say this because Americans, we are by far and away the least patriotic people in the world. We don't even realize we live in the greatest country in the history of civilization. But those people in those countries, that like when you spend time with the other athletes from countries, that's their greatest accomplishment in life. And even though they can't win a medal, they still better than 99% of people in the world. Like when you're from one of these little countries and you get to the Olympics, you might not even, no, most of them can't medal, obviously, but you're still one of the 1% of the best of what you do in the world. But anybody who gets to the Olympics, that's one of the greatest accomplishments you can have. And I'm not even talking about the basketball because that's actually, that's selective. That's selective. But if you play another sport and get to the Olympics, that is one of the greatest accomplishments in human history.
I know much has been made about Jason Tatum got benched, didn't get much playing time. We had Mike Krzyzewski on, and he said he made, the coaching staff made everybody pledge that we're going to do whatever it takes to win a gold medal. But then this became such a big story. I don't remember any other Olympics where we went, oh, such and such is not playing. Now, Tatum's 27, you just win a title. I understand that. But where do you stand in playing time with depending on how big of a star you are?
Well, everybody's got to play. If you're going to go to the Olympics, everybody deserves to play. And let's get one thing straight. I don't think it's that much of a drop-off putting Jason Tatum in the game. I mean, come on, man. And Steve Kerr, he just like KD and LeBron and Bam, they're all great. But at this stage of their career, Jason Tatum might be the best one of those four. And that's no disrespect to any of those guys. LeBron's in the GOAT conversation. Kevin Durant is great. Bam is great. But you can't tell me right now, like, yeah, Jason Tatum might be the best out of those four. And if you pick one of those other guys, it's a minimal drop-off. So, and the one advantage the United States got is depth, Dan.
Yeah.
Like, when one of these other teams go to the bench, it's like night and day. Like, when you take one of these guys out of the United States out the game, it's just between brunch and lunch, brother. That's a very small difference. But I tell you what, I'm worried about that game today.
Against Serbia?
Yeah. Because Serbia's been playing dead, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because those other games didn't matter. Because they knew because that's the thing about the Olympics. The first game was just a practice game. It didn't matter at all. The second game didn't matter either, because the only thing matters when you get to the knockout round. So I think the United States will win and should win, but this game scares me because the Joker, he's the best player in the world, and I think they're like, hey, let's let them win this preseason game. Let's let them win this early game. They're going to be overconfident because we only got to be better than them from this one game. And so I'm really worried about this game today because, like I say, Dan, none of those early games matter until you get to the knockout round, because you know you're going to get to the knockout round if you're one of the best teams, and then it's a one-game elimination. So I'm really looking forward to watching the game today.
Are you doing more Subway commercials?
Yes, I have really enjoyed. As a matter of fact, I got to shoot one next week. I've really enjoyed working with Subway. They've been great to work with. They've been fun. And I like it better not being on camera. I think they screwed up one time putting me on camera. I said, no, because I lied to people for like 2 years, Dan. They're like, yo, man, is that your voice in the Subway commercial? I'm like, no, man. I was just jerking around with my friends. I told them for like 2 years, no, that's not my voice, man. That's somebody else. And then finally, because I've really enjoyed working with them.
Why don't you take the summer off? Why don't you bring somebody else in just to switch it up a little bit?
No, you know what's been really cool and amazing? Every time, because I shoot one like every 3 months, they bring somebody in. That's what's really been amazing. You can think about it. When I started, my first commercial, I think it's been like 6 years now.
Wow.
It was Tom Brady, Serena Williams, Megan Rapinoe. So now we up to Mahomes. I did one with Nadal last year, like a couple months ago. I don't know if they're showing it in the States. Now they have it Kelsey. I mean, they add people all the time. I'm curious who they're going to add next week.
Hello?
Dan, I got no control over who they put in the commercial.
Oh, yeah, you do. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you do. You save TNT. You can save Subway with putting me in there.
Well, Dan, I will say this, man. Out of all the things I've accomplished in my TV career, keeping these people jobs at Turner is the coolest thing for me ever. Because, man, I'm telling you, I've been with these guys 24 years. They're like family to me. Like I say, I'm not worried about me, Ernie, Kenny, and Shaq. But to hear my friends, a lot of them, talk about, man, because I've never been fired before and had to worry about anything. And to hear the stress under their voices. And, I'm going to tell you something I haven't told anybody. So there's about 50 employees that I'm giving $5,000 each to show them how much I love and appreciate them. And our government and Turner are trying to make them pay taxes on it. And now I'm trying to come up with the cash. So if you can help me come up with the cash, they're not going to pay taxes on it. I don't give a damn what the government says, them shysters.
Well,
I don't care.
How did you get paid at Auburn? So however you got paid at Auburn, you just pay them that same way at Turner.
You know how many hands I'd have to shake to come up with $5,000?
You got those $100 handshakes at Auburn?
Well, the thing that was funny, Dan, it was like always like a few alumni outside, and some of them shake your hand and gave you like $20, and then a couple of them shake your hand and gave you like $100. Hey, we started taking them quick showers so we could get to the guy with the $100 handshake. Hey, we should call it. We take them drive-by showers because guys figured out who was giving hundreds. And then if you took your time, I always got screwed, Dan, because I had to talk to the press.
That's true.
I had to take time. I had to shake hands with all the losers who only gave me $20. I had to shake my hands to get to like $300.
I think you did okay. Hey, congratulations on the decision. I know it weighed heavily on you, and it's always great to talk to you. Enjoy the rest of the summer, bud.
Thank you, man. Hey, you and the nerds take care of yourself, brother.
All right. Nerds, take care of yourself. That's Charles Barkley. We'll take a break. We'll talk some football. Do the Steelers really have a quarterback controversy? That's next.